This is the hose that goes on there. There's a shape to it. So this is the old one. I have ordered new ones, and this is the part number for it, if it would focus. So I'm replacing them. They're not in really bad condition, but when I took the engine apart they were full of gunk, so I've cleaned them, and when I was squeezing them it was a cracking sound. I don't know if you remember that, but it was. So I ordered new ones, so I will fit new hoses on the engine, even though they are actually reusable, but I'd rather put on new hoses and keep the old ones as a spare, emergency spare. So this is what it looks like. It goes on like this, slides onto this hose barb down here. This one, and it goes up to the hose barb underneath the water pump. And when you fit the hose, it is important to look at how you place your hose clamp, so it's easy to tighten and undo later on. And by the first looks, this looks like a good position, because then I can just come in and I can tighten it and undo it from here. But this is the area where the alternator sits, so that's no good. I cannot fit it like this. So I have to find some other way to mount it. So I guess and there is a profile on this aluminium housing, this one that's in the way, so I cannot put the hose clamp with the business end of it on that side, because then it just collides and it will be impossible to reach it from there. So what I need to do then, I need to turn it around so I get it on this side, because here there is a little bit of room. So this is the location that I'm going to go with, and I can come down with a screwdriver from behind here where the injection pipes is led up. So I guess that has to be the position I'm going to put it in. So the other one, I will just have the adjustment screw on this side of the hose barb, so it should be easy to reach anyway, and I believe there will be plenty of space on this side later on. So it's a bit tight, but like so. I like this maybe. So this is how I believe is the best way to mount it. So well, look here, the light is really annoying today. Perhaps a little bit better now, but now it's dark. So this one sits like this, and the other one is parallel to the engine on top. So tightening up the lower one first. That's just because it's easier from where I sit right now, and I want to tighten it so it's tight but not squeezing the hose to extremes. So it seems like it's a bit crooked, so I will try and wiggle it about a bit, loosen it a bit, so I don't want it to sit uneven in any way, like that. And then it's the one on top. Check that the hose clamp is well within the hose barb, and that it is. Just gonna loosen it up a little bit more, wiggle it around, perhaps get it up a millimeter or so. Oh, it looks good. And if you want them to sit nicely, you want them to be very parallel with what you can see on the engine. And then for me, this is the parallel line, so this bolt assembly here. So I'd like to get this one to sit in the same orientation, more or less. But as you tighten it, it turns a bit, so I have to make sure it passes a bit. But yeah, this is not perfect. I'll do it again. I have to move it over a little bit more, like so. Now it's looking good. I think that is just about tight enough. So if it turns out to be too loose, it's going to be a small leak, and then you can just tighten it a little bit extra. If you tighten it too much, you could risk breaking the hose later on, and that would be a failure, and that's not so good. So I guess I will go with this one. I think it's great.